Ladies and gentlemen, Marshall Adams the first. If you don't mind, let's talk about Yassi a little bit. So did you guys, how much did you have to collaborate with her throughout the year?
You're forced to collaborate quite a bit because you have to share round responsibilities. Rounds are when you go around and walk through the building. There are some programming requirements where you and your co-RA have to put on programs for both of your floors, and it was frustrating dealing with her because it was sort of like trying to win mixed doubles at Wimbledon when your partner is a bunny rabbit. She's the type of RA who is way more focused on being everyone's friends and just being nice and connecting to them and having good conversations. And when D-Day comes and you have to shut down the party and you have to make them pour out their drugs, she can't step up to the plate, and that's the end game, and she's got nothing. She's very lucky that I was partnered with her because I thrive in emergency situations, as evidenced by the power outage.
Yes, I totally agree with that.
It sounds like you made pretty good friends with all the other RAs that were in your building. Like, when they invited you out to a restaurant with them, they made sure you knew exactly where it was and that you could get there on time. And I really thought that was very nice of them.
You know what, Tom? I'm picking up on your sarcasm here, and I respect it. I'm going to be honest, I respect it. And that night, the frat night, when they all went to encounters, that was just a misunderstanding there.
Oh,
right. It happens. Well, when there are multiple locations.
But that's another example. I became good friends with Bernice, and so I locked that down. And so if anyone ever questions my ability to make friends again, there's another bit of evidence.
Can you tell us a little bit about Bernice? Because I really liked hearing about her.
She's working so hard to get hers, and she just gets it. You know when you meet someone for the first time and there's an instant connection, and you know that they just get it? They just get it.
Right. I'm sure Bernice really appreciated you, making friends with her and stuff, because it is I'm sure, like being an RA, sometimes it is a thankless job. Because people just expect you to do stuff for them. Like replace their keys.
Totally.
Or get them friends.
I feel like you get it. You're one of those people who get it. I talk to you, you get it, Lisa. Tommy?
Thank you.
I don't know.
Well, Tommy and Mike seem to be on the same page about a lot of things.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Speaking of Mike, I just want to know, if you could change one thing about Mike Sanders, what would it be?
It would be the floor that he got assigned to live on. It's an easy fix right there.
There you go. Problem solved.
Marshall, I noticed that you had a quite intimate connection with a lot of your floor members, namely with Courtney and with...
Oh, that kind of intimate. I was confused.
With Steph, and so I was just wondering if...
And not Brittany.
Was there any connection that you made with them that, maybe you want to share something about?
Yes, I do. And this is on the record again.
On the record.
So my relationship with Steph, between the two of us, there were real emotions there. That was pretty much a year-long relationship with Steph, who, get real, she is who she is, so it was an exhausting thing to do that with her. And then in terms of Courtney, that was just sort of more of a strategic play to sort of continue to teach a lesson. But I will say that I don't know if this is a spoiler alert or not for the future, but I don't know, who knows? I feel like there was something there, but obviously I couldn't let my heart into it because I was still officially with Steph.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's supposedly taboo for RAs to date their residents. I think sometimes rules are made to be broken. It's more about the spirit of the floor than about the RA rule book.
Right. Sometimes you just got to throw the rule book out the window.
And close the blind.
Whose personal growth were you most struck by on the floor?
Ooh. You know what? I would say Danny B, probably. He, obviously came in super buttoned up and, not chill at all. And, through a series of sort of, sessions with him, and, I would, kind of hang out and make sure to go to lunch with him in the dining hall, and they actually didn't let the cameras in the dining hall at all. That's why you never saw anything that took place there. But that's where me and Danny B, grew very, very close, and I definitely feel like an older brother to him.
Personally, I thought that it was really smooth how you handled Danny V's mom when she visited the floor for Parents Weekend. I feel like you kind of came through for him and were on his side for that one.
Yeah, I mean, I had two objectives. One was to save Danny's ass, and two was to make sure that parents didn't have an impression that I was just letting any sort of wild activity go on my floor. Yeah, I'm glad you pointed out that moment, because I definitely sort of hit a home run on both accounts.
I think so.
Yeah, and like she particularly, like I got to know her pretty well. She would call a lot. I would talk to her on the phone a lot.
I bet.
Give my landline to all the parents just in case something happens or they need to check in. If you want to talk about growth, I got very good at sort of dealing with his mom.
I'm just gonna say, I just think she was a control freak. I thought she was.
It's true. She is.
Yeah.
She's total control freak.
The other crazy lady in Danny B's life, Lacey. If I would have been living on the floor, I would have been actually scared for my safety and the safety of others with Lacey being around. Danny B said he said that you guys had to change the locks on his room and stuff. Like, how did you handle all of that?
I know our number one priority is the safety of his residents, and so obviously that was super important to me. When it got to a point where enough things, were filed with me, and the guys kind of talked to me about changing their locks and making sure to try to take away the keys and the cards that she had that would give her access to the building. I don't know how she got them, but I did have to step in and get aggressive. But I wasn't too worried the whole time. Like, when it comes to dealing with crazy girls, like I have no problem shutting them down. So, of both being in a relationship with Steph and also, there's so many crazy fangirls out there who are just, potential murderers, really. But like, you need to know how to shut them down.